Welcome to another video. Admittedly, lately I've had a bit of a hard time taking care of myself. Of course, I still am taking naps and resting at night, but everything in between seems a little bit more difficult than it usually does with everything that I'm going through. So today I wanted to share some ways that I prioritize those self-care needs even when it doesn't come naturally. One of my favorite things to do for myself, especially during pregnancy, is drink a lot of mineral water and staying hydrated. And I find that it's much easier to do so when I add salt and lemon and some mineral drops to my water. That way I'm actually hydrating my body and not just chugging a bunch of water and peeing it all out. So I highly recommend adding some salt and minerals to your water. It really goes much further faster, I found, and the lemon makes it taste really good. I'm working with a specialist who's helping me balance my nervous system and kind of heal and deal with the trauma that I've experienced. And one of the things that she has me do is 10 minutes of coherent breathing every morning. And I notice a big difference when I actually do it. So I've been trying to really be disciplined about that and just start off my day before I get on my phone or do anything productive. Just breathe for 10 minutes using this app. I'll link down below that it's free, and you just breathe with the app, and there's different styles. Coherent breathing is really great for combating anxiety. Nothing, and I mean nothing, serves and nourishes me more than a warm bath and a really nice, yummy drink. I love relaxing with a mask on, reading a good book, and just soaking in the water and letting it fill me up and soothe me. I've had some really nice comments lately asking what I've been doing for my skincare, and as you all know, skincare has always been a way that I like to nourish myself. Primarily Pure is truly my favorite skincare brand. The ingredients are unmatched. I've worked with them before, and I was so excited when they wanted to work with me again because these products really are what I'm using on a day-to-day basis, and I have yet to find another brand that has such pure, potent, all-natural skincare ingredients. I like to say that anything that you're putting on your face, you should be able to eat it. Not that you would want to eat it, but you should be able to, and it wouldn't be toxic for you to eat. My beautiful favorite treat product lately is the soothing mask, which you can see I wore in my bath. That's kind of my ritual. I put it on and then soak in the bath. This soothing mask has one of my all-time favorite ingredients. You'll never guess what it is. It's raw honey. It also has sandalwood essential oil, which is such a beautiful smell, and spirulina and chlorella. This mask is great for reducing any redness, calming inflammation, and my favorite part is that it really gently exfoliates the skin. My other favorite these days is the soothing serum. We are on a soothing vibe. This beautiful serum has one of my all-time favorite ingredients for my skin, which is blue tansy. It also has pumpkin seed oil, gotu kola, which is a beautiful and powerful skin healer and anti-inflammatory. And it also has tamanu oil, which I've learned a bit about recently, and it's really great for scarring and acne and rashes. This charcoal deodorant has so many 5-star reviews on their website for good reason. It's made from tallow, from grass-fed cows, naturally mined baking soda, and really beautiful purifying essential oils of peppermint and eucalyptus, and also activated charcoals. A heartfelt and big thank you to Primarily Pure for sponsoring this video and creating such wonderful products. I hope that you try them out, and if you choose to, please use my discount code Rohini15 to get yourself 15% off on their whole website. I will link that down below, as well as all of the products that I've used. That's again Rohini15 for 15% off on the Primarily Pure website. I'm excited to share this recipe with y'all. I have been making homemade marshmallows for maybe like the last year, and it's become such a staple, such a treat. Sage looks forward to it in his coffee, and it's just a really fun thing to have in your back pocket, especially if you have kids and they want a little treat. You can make some homemade marshmallows that aren't full of a bunch of chemicals. So I got this idea from my friend Noelle. I'll link her Instagram down below. She kind of made this recipe popular, and then I went online and found a maple syrup version, which is what I'm craving right now. Sometimes I'll do like her recipe, Noelle's recipe, with vanilla and rose, and sometimes I'll do maple syrup. So it just changes the process a little bit, and I'm going to show you the maple syrup version. Sometimes people avoid cane sugar. We don't avoid it, but maple syrup is like, I feel like, a very friendly sugar option that pretty much everyone is good with, so I thought I would share that. All you need to make this recipe really is some grass-fed gelatin. I like this one from Perfect Supplements. You can order it online. We usually order like 2 or 3 at a time just so we have it, and we order our collagen from them too. So yeah, this is the key. You need gelatin in order to make this or it won't work. So make sure you get some gelatin, and grass-fed is best, and bovine gelatin is really good for your gut, and it has 10 grams of protein in a scoop. So when you're having your marshmallows, you're actually getting a little boost of protein in the morning too, which is really nice. And then for this one, you need maple syrup, and then vanilla extract, and water. That's really all you need. Also a pan like this, a little small one, or if you want to double it, you can use a bigger cake pan. I usually do double it, but since we're going out of town, I'm just going to make this single batch. And then some butter or parchment paper just to line this. I like to use butter just to grease it, but parchment paper works great as well. You have to grease it or line it, or the marshmallows will be stuck in there forever and very hard to get out. I forgot one time and it was very hard. So in terms of tools, you'll need a stand mixer or a hand mixer, like an electric one. You really can't do this by hand, and like just by hand with a whisk. You need at least an electric mixer, or your arms will probably fall off from trying to whisk. So ideally a stand mixer is easiest, but hand mixer, electric hand mixer will also work. You also will need a little pan for the stove to heat up the maple syrup, and for this maple syrup version, you will need a thermometer to check the temperature. If you're doing Noelle's version, which I'll link down below, you don't need a thermometer. Let's get into it. I'm just gonna grease this pan really, really well. So first up, you need to bloom the gelatin, a process that sounds very intriguing. You will need 2.5 tablespoons of gelatin and 1/2 cup of just water, lukewarm water or room temperature. And you can just pour the water right into your mixer or your mixing bowl to make it easy, and then get your 2.5 tablespoons, add it to the water, and then stir it to make sure that all of the gelatin is covered by water. And then you just leave it while you do the rest and let it bloom. It'll get kind of hard and solidify into this like gelatinous chunk, and that's how you know that it's good. Then you take another 1/2 cup of water, put it into your saucepan on the stove, turn it on. You add 1¼ cups of maple syrup to the water on the stove. So once you add the maple syrup to the water, just stir it to combine, and then you just leave it. You don't stir it again, and you turn it on to like medium-ish heat. You just want it to boil, but not like over boil. So you want to keep an eye on it and keep your thermometer handy to make sure to track when it reaches the correct temperature. And you want it to keep boiling until it reaches 242 degrees. That's what the recipe says. So you can see the gelatin has bloomed and hardened, and it's in a solid form now. And got the maple syrup boiling. So it's been probably about 10 minutes, and you can see the color and the texture has changed a lot, and it's almost to temperature. So you'll see the color of the bubbles starts to get a lot darker. That's a good clue. And then it kind of stops like boiling up so much also. So this part takes the longest because you just have to kind of watch it. Now, gently, so you don't burn yourself, add the maple syrup to the gelatin. And then you want to turn your mixer on to medium-high. Once the mixture starts to turn a little bit lighter, you can add the vanilla and then turn it back on. And then you just let it mix for about 5 to 10 minutes. Hopefully you can hear me. I might have to do a voiceover, but to tell when it's done, you have to watch it pretty carefully. And once it starts forming more stiff peaks in the mixture, they'll be lighter in color and you can start to see peaks, like you can tell it's solidifying. That's your sign that it's time to stop whipping it. If you do it, turn it off too soon, it won't turn out right. If you go too long, it won't turn out right. I would say go on the side of whipping it too much than too little. If you whip it too much, it's just really hard to spread. If you whip it too little, it doesn't really have the marshmallow texture at all. So just keep an eye on it. It'll take a few tries to get it right probably, but either way, it's gonna taste great. This is pretty close. You can see it's starting to get more stiff. Sometimes you just gotta make a judgment call. And you wanna go pretty fast and pour it into your pan using your spatula, and then do a little smooth. Sorry if I was just blocking the camera that whole time. Kind of smooth it out, and there you have it. And you'll want to put this to soak right away because they get really hard and then it gets hard to clean. Perfect. And now you just take your beautiful marshmallows and put them in the fridge for 3 to 4 hours or overnight. Thank you for spending time with me today. Please let me know if you try out this delicious marshmallow recipe, and I'll see you very soon. Thanks for watching.